Now, welcome to the shed. Today, I'm going to be bringing back to life a regular old 12 volt car battery. Now, in the shed I've already wired in some LED strip lights, and they seem to be dying on me because obviously it's a 12 volt power source. It's cold, it's England, it's going to die eventually. So, anyway, what better way to do it by buying a shitty Halfords solar powered battery maintainer. Now, it's not the intended purpose for the solar power charger, but nevertheless, it should do the trick. But anyway, what I will be doing is, I've got two batteries, and if this thing focuses, we'll zoom in a little bit. I've got two 12 volt batteries. This one is fully charged at 10.8 amps, I believe. No, 10.8 volts, not amps. And they can currently put out 60 amp hours. Now, they're old batteries that have been repurposed, so I would probably take off, 10 amp hours, maybe 15 or so. But the second battery will be this Quantum one right here. Now, it's been sitting in the shed for Christ knows how long, and I might as well use it to bump up the power so that the lights can run longer, more or less. But anyway, what better way to do it than getting a bag of shit from Halfords. We'll be using a gas soldering iron, 2 rolls 27 amp cable, red, because it'll probably kill you, and some Jubilee clips. Now, I know this isn't probably the best or the safest way to do it, and any electrical engineers out there, please feel free to tell me how bad of a job I've done and how I'm going to probably kill myself. But nevertheless, it'll be fun all the same. Now, the plan is to use these Jubilee clips, if it will focus, which are the best of the best Halfords, of course. They look a frightfully bit too big, but this is the plan. Battery, positive and negative terminals. This will go around that, and this will go around that. They'll both have 27 amp cable running from one battery to the other in parallel. They should be able to be man enough for it, but electrical engineer, I am not. And to prove this battery is well and truly dead, I'll get the multimeter up, see if it will frame. 20 volts, negative and positive, and we are getting what? 2.23, so 2.2 volts. And that's even so low. I've got some LED strip fuse here, strip light, positive and negative, and it will not light up. It'd probably help if I got my hand out of the way. But look, absolutely nothing. And this, while powering several other lights, I can also run a strip light, LED light, straight off of it. Top the strip lights. Now, all of this cost me basically, 20 quid. Strip fuses from China, only the best. But this battery has been out here now for, I think, 18 months. It's still putting out power. I'll get the multimeter and show you. I think it's running about 11. I'm not entirely sure. Oh look, it all died on me. It's currently putting out 10.7, 10.8 amps. Volts. It's volts. It's not amps. So, to lose about 2 volts in 18 months, that's not entirely bad. So the plan is quite simple. Having 2 lots of batteries. Make sure you focus it. 2 lots of batteries, both are 60 amp hours each. 12 volts, 12 volts. Because it's in parallel, the 12 volts will stay the same, but the amp hours will double to 120 amp hours. Now, this says it's only rated for a 50 amp hour battery, which, yeah, but bearing in mind, that will be on a car that's probably got alarms running off of it, things like that. This will have nothing running off it other than the lights when they're on. So I think for proof of concept, this idea will work. In future, obviously, I could probably get a bank of 4 batteries in parallel, and then probably get a solar panel on the roof. But at the moment, it's not financially available or viable because I'm not in it very much. Now, what I'm going to do is run them in parallel, positive to positive, and negative to negative. So we should stay with 12 volts, but double the capacity. 2 strips of wire. Like that. Now, the wire stripped down, they're only about 8 inches in length, and then take about an inch off for the actual stripping. Now, I know it's rudimentary, but these Jubilee clips will serve as battery holders. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to tin the ends, but I'm going to splay them out a little bit so there's a little bit more contact. Like that, and then they will go, and they will go in the battery terminals like that. Done up with a 7mm, and that should make them go into full contact. And they're both tin now. That will then sit inside the Jubilee. The Jubilee will crush up against the terminal, and then we should have quite a good connection. Now, as you can see, they're on, not going anywhere, they're tight. They're probably not the best things in the world, but they're going to last. It's going to sit in the shed. It's not going to be moving, there's going to be under no pressure as such, but they're certainly not. You could probably lift the battery out with them. They're not going to go anywhere. Now, as you can see, they are wired in parallel, so positive to positive, negative to negative, and then they're going through these wires, through the switch, which is very boy racer, up here, and then to the strip lights that illuminate the shed. Now, the good thing about a 12 volt power supply, of course, is you can run quite a lot of car accessories with it, and even if this works, eventually I could probably have, I don't know, 4, 5, maybe 6 batteries, and then run a power inverter off of it with a big solar panel on the roof. So to show you that in parallel they should have the same voltage, the original battery, which is the back one, positive, negative, and the multimeter is reading 11.02 amp hours, volts. I need to get that right more often. The second battery, which was running 2 volts earlier, 3 volts maybe, that is now 11.02, give or take. But the amps should have doubled, or the amp hours should have doubled. So these lights should be able to run for longer and probably more brightly. Now, this is where the solar charger comes in. Now, in it you get the charger, or the power maintainer. Very simple. 2 crocodile clips, positive, negative, and then the cell. I think they've given us some little suction cups so we can suction it to the window. But very simply, it will go on the window in the shed. This connector will go into this connector, like so. We've got to be careful now because we're now running power. And when that receives sunlight, it will be charging two batteries. But if we look, even in this light, which is artificial, we're drawing 2 volts, or producing 2 volts. Prove this by cover it over. It drops significantly because although it should be in darkness, it's still receiving light from the sides. So if I mount this on the wall or the window with the little suction cups provided, then ideally we should have free power for the shed and the lighting system. But like I said, this is a theory as such, proof of concept. If it works out, I'll be able to invest in probably bigger batteries, bigger solar panel on the roof, and then I can run a 12 volt inverter off of it, so then I can use power tools or machinery within the shed. As you can see, it's on the glass where it would be. I had to apply masking tape because lo and behold, the actual sticky cups that comes with it were fucking useless, to say the least. But tied them up here for a few cable ties, the connector, one to positive, one to negative, and then batteries in series. Now, obviously, the filming and editing in this video isn't going to be the greatest, but I'm getting there. Well, I hope I'll get there in the end. If you like this video, please like, favourite, subscribe, do what you got to do. I'm not going to make you do it, it's up to you entirely. I do this for the fun of it. So, anyway, thanks very much. See you next time.